to the next one.
It is literally just be good at the game.
I'd like to purchase more arms, please. I like them a lot so far. I have 105,000. Fires a powerful drill that sticks to enemies and deals damage over time. With extra healing range. What? Oh, I see. It just sprays blood everywhere. Okay. Fires an instant beam that causes a large explosion of impact similar to a certain familiar face. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wipes out.
So you know that, yeah, you know that attack that you died to?
Yeah.
It's that and a rail cannon. It's very cool.
You have to be able to parry it. That's why, like, I've been trying this whole time.
Well, you can't parry it, but there is another counter against it that
they share a charge. Okay.
you might be able to figure out if you're crafty enough. But I'll tell you right now, don't waste your time trying to parry that attack. There is another way that you can kind of parry it. Oh, we love the Queen references. Sheer Heart Attack, Queen song.
Water temper?
Wait, you also get to see my favorite enemy. Layer 2 really is just a lot of Zach's favorite things about this game, huh? Favorite level, favorite soundtrack, favorite weapon, favorite enemy. Doesn't have my favorite boss fight though, I will say.
Oh, I see the log. What?
Oh, I remember now. Oh, you fell down. You're at 1.
No, that's okay. I just really wanted to die.
He's already dead!
Oh, I did the grinder.
Yeah, you don't want to touch that.
Oh, there's one down there.
Oh. Impressive, I didn't think you'd find that.
Hey man. I can clearly go back there. Oh, I see water control.
Well, let's see if you can find the rest of them.
Are they...
Anyway.
Or are they just like around?
They're around. We found the one in this room, and then there's a few others in a couple of different areas. They're pretty well hidden though, so you're gonna have to look pretty hard. Like, I don't even remember where they are, if I'm being completely honest with you. I remember that one that you just found, and I think that's it. Wait, is it time? Where's my wife? Where is she?
Rifting, I hate you.
Where is she? Oh, well, they're not my wives. Oh, I have multiple wives.
Oh, things travel slower underwater. Oh, can I?
Well,
Do it!
out.
Do it!
Try shooting him.
Oh. Wait, what do you mean?
Oh. If you shoot him while you're charging, it'll... There you go.
Oh, blood hangs around longer underwater.
Yeah, so when you're using the jump start, if you shoot the enemy that you're connected to, it will charge it faster, and then it will launch it into the air, and there will shoot lightning at every nearby enemy. Up to a certain number, I can't remember how many though. And yes, if you're underwater, it will affect everything under the water. It's very cool. That specific change was made specifically when the jump start was added to the game, because Hockey was like, this is just cool, we're adding it now.
Okay.
Ooh, you on the second one. Very good, very good.
Maybe this game is...
It might... Well, I mean, everybody plays on standard at first. If you really wanted easy, you'd be playing on lenient. Lenient is, well, lenient. I will say, your approach at games is to take your time with them and find out where everything is. My approach is very different. I just play hard and fast and go back for shit later. So we'll see if you can find it. Well, I usually play games really strange. I play games and then I come back to them and learn them later. You find it? Oh, he did the... Oh, I love it! I love it!
And I did on purpose on top.
Yeah, interruption. It's so fucking cool. I'm hoping you find the third water control, because then you get to experience peak UltraKill.
I haven't saved those. I've become a little
Oh.
baby man.
As long as you don't fall into a trap, you'll probably be fine.
Okay,
Is it time for my wife to show up?
I swim?
What
is this?
I think it's just some funky physics going on there. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Come on, wifey. Ah, there she is! Let's fucking go! I love the Mind Flayer. I love the Mind Flayer. She's blue and she's pretty and she's really just quite cool. Oh, watch out. She kind of does that.
So I've...
Oh, look at him! He found all three of them. There you go.
Hang on, I'm gonna grab that.
Well, Declan, are you ready for peak?
Wait, is this the fishing? Don't tell me. Hang on. Don't say a word. No more talking. Oh, did everyone end the level here? Actually, all the effort I put in?
But you'll miss out on peak.
I won't even start. I won't even. Don't touch any water. That's really mean. Although it does explain all the secret passages. Heavy steps and rapid breathing. There's a bit. What? That was a lot. The labyrinthine pathways of arbitrary sharp turns seem stranger and stranger as panic plotted out the once deeply ingrained memories that usually guided me. Every corner felt a stranger. A stranger, a stranger. Every straight line too long. The bell tolls for me. I bit down harder and the last of my rations, held only on by the skin of my teeth. I'm a robot, by the way. I barely hung on as I kept frantically looking around, hoping for the last few scraps of burning memory in mind to find a familiar sound that would lead me to salvation. The gates must be closing by now. Dating sim. The last few barely making it. Fishing mini game. The rest of us never stood a chance. Suddenly from a blind spot, a figure struck me. There was no time to react before I came crashing down on the cold hard ground, dating sim. I struggled to regain my senses to at least see. That word is see. To at least see what fate would befall me in my final moments, but even in this abyss of endless terror, my mind could never have imagined the horror I witnessed. Dating sim. I knew it! Ouch! That stings!
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at peak.
Are you okay? Well, I just got knocked over by some blinded by choice asshole who gave my skirt a decorative dirt coating. So all in all, fucking fantastic. I'm freaking to knock on the ground right now.
I'm gonna mute myself because I'm freaking the fuck.
Hey, sorry about being rude like that. I'm just real frustrated that I'm not only late for school, but also managed to get lost on the way here. Though by the looks of it, you're pretty much on the same boat. And by a stroke of once-in-a-lifetime luck, woohoo, my voice, you just happen to bump into the prettiest girl in town. So that way you lead the way and get both of us out of this jam. Holy shit, the prettiest girl in town. I don't go to school. Bullshit, cut the crap. I can see your crusty ass uniform and no living person would dare go out there and got filled trash bag by choice. Though considering how little activity there actually is inside your skull, I'm willing to admit you sure as hell don't seem like you've ever been to a school. Alright, okay. Don't wanna. What? The fuck do you mean don't wanna? If you don't show me the way, you're never gonna wanna. Sorry, hang on. If you don't show me the way, you're never arriving either. Did that thought not even cross your crayon-fed brain activity? We're a Marine? Sorry, it's a joke, I have a friend who's a Marine.
Yeah, good thing Bennett left the call, huh?
True. Well, no, he would have found it funny.
He absolutely would have found it
just
funny.
my luck. Though in retrospect, I guess you wouldn't be here with me right now if you weren't lost as well. Oh, I can press spacebar. Oh well, no point crying over spilled blood. I wasn't spoiled. You might as well just wait for the student to come by and follow them instead. I'm Mirage. Don't bother telling me your name, though. I don't really care. Wandering around like headless chickens will get us even more lost. Since we were both heading to school and ended up meeting right here, that means there's a very high likelihood this spot is somewhere along the way. Therefore, we'll be better off just staying put and waiting for someone who does know the way. It's basic logic. You should look it up sometime. Ha! Can't give up if I never tried in the first place. I don't make a habit of trying. Because nothing matters. There's no point in trying if the end result will be the same anyway. Try as you might, you'll eventually just become forgotten dust in the wind like the rest of us. I mean, really, take a moment to think about it. Oh, why the music change? The human mind, its complete vastness, is capable of recognizing its utter helplessness. If I get jump scared, I'm shitting my pants, just saying. The human mind in its complete vastness is Why is the screen shrinking? Its complete vastness is capable of recognizing its utter helplessness and uselessness in the face of inevitable and unavoidable non-existence, but it is capable of coming to terms with it. We can only ever ignore it or hide from it or escape from it, but the fact is that we are bound to it. Death is unavoidable, not only to us, but all things that have ever existed. Every living being will eventually die out. Every speck of matter will eventually wear their way and dissipate into atrophy. It doesn't matter if you lived a good life or you left a decent legacy behind. It doesn't matter if human services for 1,000 years or dies out tomorrow. The end result is the same, absolutely nothing. Human intelligence is far beyond that of other animals, but we're misguided to consider that a gift. All the beings have the gift of ignorance, of not understanding what we do. Our intelligence is not a gift, it's a flaw. It's an overextension of evolution. Intelligence, once a great feature in aeons past, continued to grow unchecked and unfiltered, and has since passed the threshold upon it is no longer a benefit, but an active danger to its host. Much like the Irish elk, a species of deer through uncountable generations of evolution grew antlers so wide and vast it can no longer run from predators, eventually leading to extinction. The human mind is an evolutionary maladaptation caused by going too far in a direction that was once beneficial and will sooner or later lead to our extinction. On an individual level, it's already happening. Existential dread is already taking hold. I'm sure you felt it too. The pain and fear of being nothing, becoming nothing, the suffering of understanding that we are unable to come to terms with it so that we hide from our own intelligence. We set our limits. We stop ourselves from thinking deeply about what will happen when we die. We create distractions. We keep our We keep distractions, we keep our minds busy with mundane activities and entertainment, stop ourselves from having to come face to face with the truth. We sublimate it. We transform our self-reflective suffering into another form, art, to keep it from consuming us, anything to avoid the panic. But there's But these ways are all simply... Okay, it is closing in. Am I supposed to read all of this, or should I just mash through it?
Yeah.
Well, that was the least helpful answer.
What do you fucking want from me? I'm not trying to spoil shit.
But these ways are all simply temporary. They're just trying to... Oh, the screen stops closing in. They're just there to push back the inevitable veil of helplessness and despair that would accompany us. In the end, nothing matters. There's no point in trying to find joy in life, for life in and of itself is suffering. You're wrong! Huh? So glad I'm doing this after I finished my extensional dread, by the way. Just got over that like what, 3 weeks ago? Dude, if I had played this game during that, this would have like I would have been like, alright, you win.
Declan would have been in the mental hospital.
You criticize those who consider our vast intelligence a gift, and yet also misguide yourself to believe our meaninglessness is a curse. How could it not be? Nothing we do matters in the end, and that is precisely why we are not shackled by the burden of expectations, the fear of eternal judgment, or the failure to meet up an arbitrary definition of what makes our limited time not wasted. Time cannot be wasted, for there is no greater purpose to life than simply living it. That's also the conclusion I reached. Am I cutting out on Discord, by the way, because my voice is just like... Because my voice isn't changing?
You're cutting out quite a bit.
It's because of how the sound thing works. It just cuts out like monotone noises, and I'm awfully monotone.
It's very stupid.
But still, in that case, the meaninglessness of our actions draws to the same conclusion. There is no reason to act, for any action is simply a temporary fluctuation that will, nevertheless, lead to the same conclusion. Quite the contrary. Because we have no greater purpose, we are free to set our own, to create self-defined goals for which to strive. For some it may be nothing, for some it may be pleasure, for some it may be creation, and others may be improving the lives of those around them. It is because we have no greater purpose that time spent on goals set by oneself cannot be time wasted. In the end, nothing matters, and therefore you have no reason not to do what you want, rather whatever illusion... Will you shut... of greater purpose is forced on you by others, or even your misguided thoughts. I do understand what you mean. However, that doesn't eat my fear of the end. Even if I were to try and find purpose, I would still be paralyzed by the thought of becoming nothing. And it is a thought worth fearing. However, abandoning purpose, hope, choice, goals, pleasure, and will cannot make that thought disappear. The fear, however, can subside. Giving up is not accepting the end, it is simply accepting the fear of it. It is embracing despair rather than facing it. I see. Though as much as I'd like to embrace it, I'm nevertheless struck with paralyzing existential dread. I understand it logically, and I know that there is no reason to live in apathy, but my emotional side refuses to listen. The fear persists, and I cannot motivate myself to seek purpose despite knowing I must. This is true. The emotional is not controlled by the logical. However, they are interlinked. Just as the deepest, darkest depths of despair can overthrow reason and the logical warping them to fit into that haze of depression, so too can reason influence and overpower emotion, regardless of how impenetrable its defenses may seem. By continually forcing to subvert those creeping negative thoughts with the positive logical ones, the emotional mind will eventually, slowly, gradually start to shape to fit the logical. It is not an easy job. It is not a quick job. It will sometimes feel like an impossible job. However, it can be done. With an immense amount of time, effort, and energy, it will improve. You can change. You can heal. And during the hardest times, when all seems lost, you want to give up, never forget. We will always... Oh my god, I'm going to break down, dude. I'm going to break. We will always love you. Wow. You're right, loser coon. Well, I'll be damned. Guess you got a good head on your shoulders after all.
Shit the bed.
Hell, I'm impressed. Man, I feel like I've just shed the weight of the world off my back. Or rather, you've done that for me, and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You've given me a lot to think about, and while I'm sure I have a long and hard road ahead of me, I'm optimistic. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, I'm optimistic. Say, we're already late for school, and it's become quite clear by now that nobody's gonna come lead us there. So how about you and I dish that passion-draining penitentiary and go grab something to eat, huh?
Yeah, I'm still kind of mad at how rude you were to me.
Man, hang on, this is a life choice. Let's go hang out. Oh, you sneaky bastard. But alright, I do owe you one anyway, so what better time to cash out your did a nice thing to a girl way out of my league coupon than now, huh? Wow.
Well,
fucking fascinating.
Did you like your commentary about the existence of humans?
Honestly, I said a lot of words and I couldn't repeat a single one back to you. But that is about the same conclusion that I reached. Which is like, yeah, we'll die. So why not just live how you want? I don't know. I think overall it was a good experience.
And that, my friend, is why UltraKill was bombarded with Steam
thing, by the way. I'm saying like what I went through was a good experience. Just to clarify. Go on. This is why UltraKill is.
This is why UltraKill was bombarded with reviews on Steam that said, overwhelmingly negative, can't sex the robot.
I see.
That's the only reason. That's because they put V1 in a school uniform.